Yo, what is going on? This is the Jay Cartere Show. I am your host, Jay Cartere, and in this episode, I am going to be discussing my thoughts on Donald Trump. Now, last year, was it last year that Donald Trump got elected? No, we're in 2018. It was like 2016, man. But before 2016, when Donald Trump was elected, I came out and said that it was possible that he was going to get elected. A lot of people was like, oh no, he's not going to get elected, all this sort of shit. But I was like, yeah, it's there's a possibility in it. Anything can happen. And lo and behold, he got elected. And honestly, I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, the shit that Donald Trump does is fucking hilarious. I think this episode, I'm going to get hate on both sides, from people that hate Donald Trump and from people that like Donald Trump, because I'm not a Donald Trump supporter, but I don't give a shit enough to hate him. Like, we'll talk about it. But I think that, it's hilarious, the stuff that he does. Like, he'll say blatant lies, and then he'll come back and say, nah, well, I didn't mean that. This is what I meant. And he'll switch it up. And he'll release stats or, say certain things that aren't actually factual, because all he's doing is appealing to his base. That's all he's doing. He's just like, the people who are infatuated with Donald Trump want to believe anything he says. So it doesn't matter what he says. And it's like he's a fucking comedian out here. Now, I have to be honest, I haven't watched a bunch of Donald Trump's recent speeches or anything like that. I don't really follow the man like that, because I don't give a shit. He's not my president. I don't live in the US, so I don't really have to be on top of that sort of information. But I do find it hilarious that they've got an ex-reality TV show host as the leader of their country. But that's besides the point. What I see a lot of times out there with Donald Trump or Donald Trump fans and haters is the people who hate Donald Trump usually, like, the majority of people on social media will say stuff like, fuck Donald Trump. I think I had a tweet about it the other day. It was like, it's so easy for people to get on the internet and get brownie points. Like, the easiest thing to do is to just say, fuck Donald Trump. There doesn't have to be any reasoning behind it. You don't have to point to any facts or any actual statistics or anything that the man has done. All you need to do is say, fuck Donald Trump, and a bunch of people will be like, yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Bare retweets, and you'll get a bunch of brownie points from people who don't care about actual information, actually forming an actual argument. And I see this on the internet a lot. Like, if you ask someone why they don't like Donald Trump, they'll say something like, oh, he's racist or something. And if you ask them, show me an example of him being racist, or tell me where I can find an example of him being racist, they ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. I personally have seen no evidence of Donald Trump being overtly racist whatsoever. Like, you could say you perceive the things that he's saying is racist, but I haven't seen anything overtly racist at all. Like, factually racist, not fucking, oh, he said this and it probably means that. No, none of that shit. Nothing. I haven't seen him say, yo, this type of people are bad, or these type of people are bad, or anything like that. All I see is people saying this is what he said means, and that sort of shit. And those arguments are fucking useless. The other thing is, there was a lot of misinformation around Donald Trump, and a lot of things that he basically gets flack for, which hurt the argument of people who dislike him. Like, I'll give you an example. The whole grab him by the pussy thing, which is basically a meme now, but that got really, really big. And people's misconception with it is that Donald Trump said that you can just grab women by the pussy. It doesn't matter. Like, you can go out here and grab women by the pussy. And that is what a lot of narratives are pushing. They're pushing the narrative that Donald Trump thinks that it's okay to go and grab random women by the vagina. And that is incorrect. If you watch the actual clip, he's talking to this dude and he's saying, you know, they let you do anything. When you're rich and you're out here, you can grab them by the pussy. They let you do anything. That's what he's talking about. He's basically talking about the shit that we all know. If you're out here, you're rich and you're powerful, some women are going to let off. They're going to throw out the panties in the air and they're just going to put up with anything and let you do whatever the fuck you want to them, basically. And that's what he was saying. And he's not lying. he's not lying. But people have misconstrued this and turn it into a whole different narrative, and now saying, you know, he's a sexual assaulter. He goes out there and grabs women by the pussy and all this sort of stuff, which is just silly. It just makes you look stupid, because it shows that you didn't actually look into this thing that you now are, you know, dying on the hill for. Like, you should know what you're talking about. And once you do this and you show that you're misinformed, you show that you haven't actually checked out the evidence to form your own opinion, I just know you are a dumbass and you have no critical thinking skills, and you don't care to do research, you don't care to find the information yourself. Like, there are things that you could actually bring to the table and be like, yo, Donald Trump is a shitty person because he does this and he does that. And like, there's actual things based in fact that you could bring up that would make your argument way better. But I see a lot of people, you know, going to vague things that are based in nothing. Like, he's racist and he grabs women by the pussy. What the fuck, bruv? Show me where any of this shit occurs. Or let's talk about the facts. Let's talk about the actual facts. Like, he said he didn't pay fucking Stormy Daniels, didn't pay her off and all that sort of shit. When, come on, let's be real. Like, who thinks he didn't? Like, how stupid do you have to be to think that this guy who's in the entertainment industry, like, this sort of shit is common in the entertainment industry, innit? Like, you pay people off so that they don't chat shit and let everyone know that you're out there fucking people and all this sort of stuff, yeah? This isn't, like, it isn't rocket science. It isn't stuff like, oh my God, this is so outrageous. Bruv, he's out there. He probably had sex with a porn star. I can't say he did for sure. Like, the whole who's his ex-lawyer? I think it was Michael Cohen or something. He's pleaded guilty or whatever. But like, it seems so obvious that, yeah, he probably had sex with this woman and then paid her off to keep quiet about it so that this information didn't come out in the light of his election, which, honestly, I don't think this information would have hurt him. Like, I don't think it's that deep, because no one gives a shit now. Like I don't think anything really bad's going to come of this, and it just seems like, who cares? It's so obvious that he would probably do something like this, and it doesn't seem that deep, unless he wanted to go for that image of the loving family man that these presidents like to go for, and try to act like they've got no scandals or anything like that. But Trump is scandal deep at this point, and it seems like he's scandal proof. Like, he'll just, you know, fling a scandal at him, he'll be like, yeah, well, who cares? Our economy is the best that it's ever been. He said that the American economy was the best in the world. I do not understand how that is possible if America is in debt to China. How the fuck do you have the best economy in the world if you're in debt? That's like me, yeah, going and getting a loan of like 10k and be like, yo, I'm the richest person in this room right about now. And like, everyone else, maybe, you know, they got 1k or whatever, but they're not in debt. And I'm like, I'm the richest bitch in this room right now. What you gonna say, bitch? And like, come on, you're not. You're on loan. You got a loan. Like, come on, that's silly. I don't understand how that makes any sense. But people will just take what he says, and, you know, the people who support him just believe it, and the people who don't support him they're just outrageously hateful. There's no critical thinking on either side, I think. Well, there's some critical thinking on either side, let me not say that, but I think the majority of people who talk on Donald Trump are just, you know, chatting shit for no good reason. They're either pandering and hating on him every fucking second and making, you know, jokes to diss Donald Trump and shit, which, fair enough, but like, when that's all you do, like, it's fucking annoying, man. Like, you see all these tweets on Twitter, like, oh, Donald Trump's terrible, or fuck Trump, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Go do something with your life. What are you doing? Like, that's so idiotic. That's not doing shit. Actually make real points. Like, don't just say, oh, he's a terrible person. Give me a real point. You're not going to persuade anyone with that. But yeah, he goes out, like, in his speeches and in his, like, anything I see from him where he's talking to a group of people, it's just clear what he's doing. He's speaking very, very simply so that stupid people can understand him. Because generally, like, in marketing, you want to communicate at, like, an 8th grade level, because it's just easier for more people to understand. And when you start using complex words and all this sort of stuff, you just start alienating people and making people feel like they're stupid and all that sort of shit. And really, the best thing to do is to just speak very, very plainly. Like, he says stuff like, you know, it's very, very good, very huge, great stuff. Like, he's very straightforward what he's saying. And he's just talking to the lowest common denominator, man. He's just out there, and you can clearly see that he knows, either he knows or someone around him knows about psychology and marketing, and he's just playing that up, and he's just doing what he does. And, you know, people are lapping it up because he's just saying big things, like big idea things, and, you know, people just accept it if they want, because they want to accept it, so they do accept it. And the people who want to hate on it will just hate on it. And, like, I just want to see more reasonable arguments from either side. If you dislike Donald Trump, have a reasonable argument behind it. If you like Donald Trump, have a reasonable argument behind it. Don't just say, you know, he's great because he's not political. Well, that, I guess that is a kind of reasonable argument. But I think Donald Trump may get elected again, because it seems like people will protest vote for Trump because they see that a lot of people don't like the fact that Trump is president. So people who are like trolls will vote for Trump in order to troll the rest of the nation. And people who, like, don't like all this social justice warrior shit, all this PC shit, will vote for Trump because he's positioned himself in a place where he's like, he's not for that PC shit. Like, he is the figurehead for anti-political correctness, because he just says some mad shit. Have you seen his tweets, cuz? Like, man's out there saying mad shit on Twitter. He come like any Twitter guy on Twitter, bruv. He is a mad dude. But yeah, it's just wild, man. It's wild and hilarious. It's like a sitcom when I see, you know, all these scandals revolving around the White House and all these certain, you know, stories and all the fucking coverage and all the opinion pieces and all this sort of stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's like reality TV. That's what it feels like. And I don't take it seriously, so I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. I don't care enough to hate Trump. I haven't seen him do enough stuff that seems like, you know, you should hate him, and I haven't seen him do enough stuff that seems like I should like him. I don't care enough to have either feelings for Trump, and I don't need to, because he's just any guy to me. He's the president of America. He ain't the PM, he ain't my friend, he ain't my cousin, he ain't no one I know in it, so it really doesn't matter. Whatever he does probably won't affect me. Like, probably won't affect me in the grand scheme of things. We'll see. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting how divided people are when it comes to Donald Trump. And I am very interested in that, in the fact that people are so easily seduced by groupthink and so easily seduced by staying on one side of the aisle and just sticking their head in the sand and hoping for the best and waiting it out. It's fucking hilarious. And you see the dumb shit that people are posting online, and you see how people think they're smarter than they are, but they have no basis to what they're saying. Like, a lot of people are virtue signaling. They're trying to seem like the good guy, and then a lot of people are just trying to get rid of anything that asks them to be considerate or try and aim to be a better person. Like, there's extremes on both ends, and it's wild. But, you know, my thoughts on Donald Trump, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I just think it's a hilarious spectacle what's going on right about now, and it's very interesting to see how it goes down. I don't think he'll be impeached anytime soon, because the whole thing about, you know, arresting the president and going after the president and stuff, it's going to be very, very bad for the country, the US country. Well, you know what I'm talking about, which country I'm talking about. It'll be very bad for that country if the president goes to jail, if he's arrested or something. That'll be very bad. That will really put doubt in people's minds about the presidency and democracy and all this sort of shit. And I don't think they want to disgrace the office of the president. So he's probably going to live out his full term. Serve out his full term. Not live out if he doesn't die, I guess. But I find it highly doubtful that there'll be any actual criminal cases coming up against him, because it's just loads of BS, man. It's loads of BS that he'll be able to sweep under the rug anyways. And yeah, but I guess time will tell. We'll see. It seems like a very interesting story, and yeah, I will be kind of following it. Like, I don't really care that much to follow it note by note, but I watch Philly D's videos when he talks about it, and I see some news things here and there. And yeah, bro, anytime I see Trump just go on camera and start lying, it's like, oh my god, this is hilarious. How are people letting him do this? Like, but it doesn't matter, because people will believe the lies. And then when he comes out like 4 months later and says, you know what, and he just changes his story, people believe that then. And then when you say, oh well, he lied about this, and he, like, this is a change from that, they'll say something like, oh, it doesn't matter, or all politicians lie, or, you know, whatever. They just find a way to justify it, which is wild, which shows how groupthink is moving right about now. It's moving mad. And I just urge everyone to just try and think critically, try and look for more facts and sources, and not just believe everything you see or hear or read. Like, do some due diligence and take responsibility for your beliefs and the things that you think are true and the information that you are consuming. Because really, if you are allowing yourself to just be influenced by a slogan or by people saying this is what happened and you haven't really looked into it, then you're probably going to come on the other side and realize that you're a stupid motherfucker. So, you know, critical thinking, very, very much needed. Let me know what you think about Donald Trump in the comments down below. It will be interesting to see what you guys are saying. Be civil. If you're not civil, I'm just going to block you, because I ain't got no time for that, and I don't need that in my life. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Jay Cartere Show Podcast. And yeah, please leave a review, rating on iTunes and all that good stuff. It really helps out. Peace out. If you want to learn how I got over 23,000 subscribers and millions of views on my YouTube gaming channel, then you are in luck. Sign up to this free course right now. Link will be in the card, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. In this course, you will learn the best way to write your video titles, tags, and descriptions to help you rank on the first page of YouTube. It's simple when you know what to do. I'll also show you a hack that will help you choose the right key phrases and help you create videos that can rank and get views no matter what game you play. Stop struggling to grow your YouTube gaming channel and start doing what works. Click on the link in the description or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. This course will not be up forever, so get in there as soon as possible. I hope to see you here soon, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of turning your passion into your career.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.